Hello there guys, it's Stephen and Phil here back on FOOTY.COM with another video, another kit review for the 2019-20 season. If you don't know, we're running through all of Europe's major kits and reviewing them all individually on this channel because we're massive kit fans. So if you are a fan of kit culture, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Our current favourite shirt is the AC Milan Puma kit, which we reviewed yesterday, so go and check that out. And also we reviewed Liverpool, Celtic, United, Chelsea, Bayern, loads more, Juventus, absolutely loads. Today we're turning our eye to a very interesting set of kits. It's Southampton's kits for the new season. Phil, where do you stand on these kits?
Well, it's maybe a bit of a spoiler, but yesterday we looked at the best kit so far, and I actually think today this is a kit which is even worse than the Juventus kit. Believe it or not, and I'm shocked to even consider that. But basically, that's what we're looking at. This video is framed around the home kit, as you can tell already by the thumbnail. Or it might be both. I've not decided yet. But whatever it is, it's most likely going to be on the home kit. But we're essentially the same shirt in different colours anyway. But this is bad, isn't it? It's really bad.
I think it's a classic example, and we've seen it for a few teams where a design which you'd expect to see, so Southampton, you expect to see some sort of stripe design. It's broken up by a really, really ugly section at the top.
Very ugly.
And I think particularly bad on this one because it's in black. We've seen, if that's in red, I think it would look a lot better. I would still find it a little bit
It'd make a bit more sense at least, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would make a little more sense. And this black section is... I really don't think it's good. But I mean, that's just the start, to be honest.
We've just seen yesterday the highest rated shirt so far in this kit series, and it was AC Milan shirt. A nice striped kit. Striped kits can be good. We've done Crystal Palace so far this season as well, which is also pretty nice. Once again, a striped kit. And Under Armour seem to have taken a pretty easy thing to do in terms of stripes to make it look okay at very least, and just absolutely messed it up. The thing for me is, I know you dislike the one butter collar thing as well, so it's ticked that box for you.
Well, the actual collar
things. What's going on there?
Yes, so this is the thing with the collar. Not only is it one button, which I don't like, and that's a personal gripe, but it's actually the collar itself is an odd design. It looks like you've got sort of, as you say, a sort of flappy bit either side, which then
technical term.
Yeah. I can't think of the name of this collar, but then it sort of stops in the middle to leave a sort of slightly thicker section joining the button, almost like a little V. It looks like about two or three different collar styles mashed up into one.
It's a bit like that car Homer Simpson made, isn't it? Famously, just a bit of everything.
There we go. Yeah, no, that's a good example.
It's bad, and then they've also got one of the worst sponsors.
Oh yeah, we haven't even got on to possibly the worst. I think we can all agree.
It looks like a site I would not trust.
Yeah, honestly, you know what's very funny about this? This is a conversation I was having on Twitter with someone about. The actual company, I believe, aren't trading yet. So there's a bit of a strange...
So you literally rightfully not trust them.
Very odd situation where they've only just been announced, I think, in the last couple of weeks as well. So it seems a sort of rushed deal. Obviously, there's some sort of... must be some money involved, good money involved. But in terms of aesthetics, if we judge it on that, it's... Absolutely, it basically does all the things you don't want to do.
On screen now as well, we've got all three kits. So you can see the third kit there as well. Yeah. And the worst thing about all these kits is not obviously how they look. It's the fact they're all exactly the same as well. Once again, there's such a painful lack of creativity there. It's the same template on all of them, just a different colour scheme.
Yes, essentially it is. And I think this, going back just quickly to the sponsor, there's something about, not only is it the aesthetics of the logo, it's very kind of, what's it, like a basketball, football, with a little gradient, world thing. And then you've got, obviously, and I've nothing against Chinese companies, to get me wrong, but there is something about these sort of, and I don't think this is even a betting company, but it just made me think of the various Chinese betting companies.
Yeah, of course.
And again, it's I think the issue of betting sponsors in general, and this isn't a betting sponsor, but it's that kind of feel of just very much just take the money and run.
Ugly logo in general. Ugly. The Chinese language can look beautiful in the right context. I'm sure it can, but in this context right now, it looks terrible. The fact that they've got the LD Sports logo explaining it in a poor font as well, with a terrible logo. The away kit's colour is just vile. What colour is that? Volt, is it? Volt.
It's an interesting, quite a pale shade. Looking at it again, it looks like it's the same colour as the little halo on the crest.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Southampton, I had a quick look. They've had some
decent kind of grey kits.
Apparently it's Volt yellow shoulders.
It's Volt, there you go. See, I think that's confusing because Volt, to me, even though it's it's obviously a made-up name, but that is much more like the kind of...
all names are made up.
That's true, that's very true. Volt is what Nike used to describe. Say the Barcelona's away kit this year, a lot more kind of the green thing. So I think that's a bit confusing to me. But I just want to point out a couple more things, if I can, that I don't like, because I think this will justify the low score. I think, looking at the crest on the home shirt there, why has that got a thick black outline, but the Under Armour logo doesn't? That looks really odd. A bit of a mismatch there. The cuffs as well, and this is in the template which you mentioned is on all three shirts for the sleeves. This kind of inside, again, kind of flappy,
weird, isn't
panel bit that just folds over. Just the cuffs in general look a bit odd and kind of out of place, where you got these big black and white bands which aren't anywhere else on the kit. Basically, any angle you look at the shirt, so you look at it there as well.
Side on,
just the fit of the shirt looks really bad.
It's not a good shirt, is it, Phil?
Yeah, I mean, I better stop before I
I've got to give it to... I know you didn't like this, but you kind of didn't at the same time, but I saw the viral marketing campaign from the social media behind it, and I actually watched it this morning on the way to work, and I actually laughed. I was like, fair play to him. Yep. Basically, they... it's got connotations in its own right, but they parodied the famous Fire Festival disaster, the idea of putting, they basically went, we'll put a football shirt launch on a beach, and it was quite a funny video, 6 minutes long. But once again, the irony being that it's actually a disaster of a football shirt as well.
That's the thing. I think they're obviously quite self-aware, and credit to them. Obviously they've generated a lot of awareness.
They really have.
But as you say, unfortunately, the end product is really not good, I'm afraid to say.
It's reached the point now where we have to give it a score. I pulled up all the other scores here. So currently, Ajax's home shirt has been usurped to the top of the table by AC Milan with a whopping 90 there. We've got loads around the middle, some good solid shirts. Lots of good shirts so far. Yep. Even the likes of the Leicester shirt at 70 had stuff going for it. Corinthians as well. Yep. Then we've had some genuinely very good shirts from the likes of Liverpool, Bayern, Chelsea, which is also subjective, of course, but that's what we've gone for. And then we've had by far the worst so far has been Juventus's kit, which is just essentially a terribly designed kit, messed with the club's traditions, weird choice of colour in the middle, and just a bad shirt. We can watch all these, by the way, on our channel, obviously, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and go through them all after this. But Phil, I'm going to ask you to, do you want to score both of them or just the one of them? Or are they both just as bad as each other?
You know what? I mean...
Just the one of them, maybe, or what?
Yeah, I'd say maybe the one, because they're very similar. I'd probably say the away, and maybe the third shirt of the lot is slightly nicer, just purely on the colours. It works with that. But if we focus on the home shirt,
go for it.
The sad thing about this is that on first impression, it's an interesting take on the Southampton kit, but actually it's all the details when you look closer.
So polite of you.
Yeah, I would be very, very polite, and I was thinking, to me, even though this is only our kind of subjective list, I was thinking, do I actually rate it lower than Juventus? And I will. I think this is maybe, surprisingly, it's surprising to say that, given how much I didn't like Juventus.
What could it do worse then?
Well,
that's the question normally.
That's a good question. I think
it could get the colours wrong, maybe. I
think colours is a big one. It sounds obvious, but obviously
at least it is white and red stripes.
It is white and red stripes, and I mean, I would say that there's points, if you like, for the fact that it is a different take, because we do sometimes complain at teams and brands for doing the same design of the year.
It's just a bad take.
Unfortunately, it's just a bad take. And I will say, actually, previous Under Armour shirts, although they haven't been great, have been interesting. This, I like to think this isn't just against Under Armour. I think this is just even by their standards bad. So score-wise, I'm going to give it a 28.
A 28.
I think, as I say, the reason it's not lower is because at least things like the colour and also things like the sponsor obviously a little bit out of their hands. But anyway, it's a bad shirt.
It's a bad shirt, and it's the new wooden spoon holder, essentially. Southampton, I hope you do better in the league this year than you do in our rankings, unfortunately. You've absolutely failed hugely. Yeah. Under Armour right in the bottom of the rankings there. Guys, that is just our opinion, of course. As ever, we'd like to read your comments. We reply to as many as we can do. So let us know in the comments below if this shirt is as bad as Phil and I are saying. And also if you agree with the rest of the rankings. Don't forget to check out all the videos on the playlist. So just click on our YouTube channel. There's loads there. And there'll be more and more as more kits are released. Anyway, my name is Stephen. This is Phil. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Drop this video a like and a comment. And we'll see you very soon.